which this video is not that. This video is just some tips and some like hacks, and they're all random. Let's begin. So my cousin came up to me and she was like, Nikia, I am so excited / nervous and just really confused about what to expect for high school. And I'm like, come to my office. Let me tell you something right now. High school is nothing like what you see on the movies. It's nothing like what you see on TV. It is totally different, but trust me, don't worry, because I have some tips to help you guys out / life hacks, okay? The first tip, don't stink. What? How can I go around talking about don't stink? Listen, everybody has good hygiene. This is not the tip, but no, everybody does not have good hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the tip is not to not stink, but some days, I know, we don't like to admit it, but we accidentally forget to put deodorant on. Oh my gosh, don't act like I'm the only one. I know we all forgot. In high school, sometimes I would have days when I forget to put deodorant on, so I would go to the corner store really quick before school and buy like a mini deodorant, and I would forget so many times that I would actually keep my mini deodorant with me. Let's say you can't buy deodorant, what are we gonna do? Here's the tip. You can use hand sanitizer or anything with alcohol in it to stop perspiration for a little bit. What I would do sometimes, I would have like my mini sanitizer from Bath & Body Works that you could put your keys and quickly just put it on your fingers and just where nobody's looking and you're good to go. But what if you don't have sanitizer and your school doesn't have like this disposable sanitizers? You can go to your nurse or go to a local first aid kit that you might have in your classroom and just ask for a little alcohol pad and just swipe up there. Try to do it as early as you find out, because you don't want to do it when it's too late, if you know what I mean. Like if it's still early in the morning, you could just quickly and you'll be good for probably until you get home. But if it's like, oh gosh, I stink, I don't know what you're gonna do. You might be able to do it, but if you already stink, it might be too late. But yeah, that's tip number 1, or life hack number 1. The second tip is for my college kids. I advise you not to buy your textbooks in advance. I think you should wait till at least the first day of class before you buy your textbooks, because your teachers might not really use them and you might end up spending a lot of money, and plus your teachers be having to hook up as well. Ask your teachers, don't be afraid to ask your professors and be like, are we gonna be using these textbooks? Like, are we legit gonna be using them? Legit. And sometimes they're like really cool professors and you don't even know they're cool because they don't have a cool sounding last name, and then when you get to class they're like, yeah guys, I'm not the type of professor that makes you get the textbook. You don't need the textbook. Like, and then you end up wasting $100, $200. Nah. Here's some tips. If you do need a textbook, try to rent them online. There's a bunch of different websites. I can link them down below. Or buy them used. Borrow from a friend. That's a good one. If you have a friend who took the class before, see if they have the same textbook. Also, go to the library on your campus. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can even photocopy. Some schools allow you to photocopy pages out the textbook. Do what you gotta do. You might even be able to find it on the internet. But the cheapest way possible is the best way possible when it comes to college. That's just it. Next tip is for my fashionista, my fashionable people who are really into like being the flyest, the baddest, and all that. The first day of school is the prettiest day of school. That's when everybody has their fly hairstyles, their fly shoes, their fly outfits, everything. But the thing is, just because everybody has that on the first day of school doesn't mean that they're flyest or the best dressed, you know what I mean? You don't need to wear your best outfit on the first day of school. Wait like a week after to wear your new clothes, or maybe even 2 weeks if you could, and wear like your best summer outfits that nobody even got to really see, because it's still gonna be hot. You could put a denim jacket over it if it's not really appropriate for school, whatever, and be cute and flea for like that first weekend when everybody's clothes get old and their sneakers get dirty and you're like Bang, I'm still flying. It's like September 20th. What's good? You're winning. But this is really for my high school kids, because in college, nobody cares how people are dressed. Like, people be coming in with sweats and like yesterday's pajamas and like tuna fish on their t-shirt. Like, nobody, I'm exaggerating of course, but nobody really cares as much. The next tip is a self-explanatory tip, but trust me, this is probably the most important one.
Do your homework.
Trust me. Do your homework. I know you're not gonna want to. Nobody likes doing their homework. Like, we plan to do our homework every day and we get lazy, we don't like to do it, blah blah blah. Do your homework, because your teachers will call you out. Your teachers will embarrass you, and it's not fun to be called out and you don't know what's going on. Trust me, that happened to me countless times in high school, and I would not wish that on anybody, because you just, it's embarrassing, it's embarrassing, it's embarrassing. Like, just do your homework. That way, trust me, when you do your homework, your grades are better too, and it counts for later on. Do your homework. Okay, my next tip. It kind of is more for the college kids, because in high school we're not really allowed to eat in class, but some people do it anyways. I see y'all in the back row eating them Cheetos. But yeah, eat snacks or bring snacks to eat. Trust me, because you're gonna be in some long, boring classes. You're gonna want to fall asleep. You're gonna have no energy. You're gonna be tired from doing that essay the night before. So what you need is some snacks. I remember one day I was in this boring, long 3 to 4 hour class, and my professor, she talks like this. She writes on a chalkboard. We're not allowed to have our computers. We're not allowed to have our phones out. Nothing. And this class is so boring, and I usually end up falling asleep. I'm not even gonna lie. I always fell asleep just a little bit. And my sister, she got me a red velvet cheesecake for my birthday. And I'm eating it in class, and all of a sudden, boom, I just get all this energy. No lie. Like, I'm like answering questions. I'm like, yeah. I'm talking. I'm like, yes, professor, this and that. Oh, I get it. I was real into it. I was like, wow, this is so interesting. Like, trust me, you're gonna need a snack to give you that extra boost. And when you get that extra boost, don't forget to be like, thank you, Nakia, because I'm helping you. My next tip is also, I feel like, self-explanatory, but sometimes we still need to get explained. Does that make sense? Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. If you have an iPhone, I know you just swipe it up. You press a little button that looks like a moon. Put it on Do Not Disturb, because it's so embarrassing for your phone to ring in class. I know professors and teachers are always like, cut your phones off, cut your phones off, but nobody cuts their phone off, because you're not gonna know what's going on. The gram is lit, Snapchat is lit, the text messages is dry, but everything else is lit, and you don't want to be missing out. But at the same time, if your phone rings, it's embarrassing. Trust me, that happened to me many times. And my ringtone is, hey ma, what's up? All right, we gonna get it on the night. You smooth, Hey Ma by Cameron. Trust me, you don't want your phone to ring in class. Plus, in high school, I don't know if they still do this, but when I was in high school, they used to take people's phones away. Like, you were not allowed to have a phone. The next tip is gonna be important throughout life. Know yourself, know when to say no, and how to be a leader. Trust me, at least once in your life, you're gonna be put into a situation where you're gonna really be like, wait a second, this isn't right. I need to not be here. I don't really like what's going on. You're gonna have to be a leader. Not everybody is a leader. Not everybody gets to talk. Like me, I feel like I'm not really a leader type. I'm not, okay guys, follow me. All right, I'm gonna be your class president. No. But I've been in situations where I've been that one person around a group of people thinking, wait a second, something's not right. I'm not gonna go with it. And it saved me. And I'm thinking that that's important for you too. Like, you never know until you actually get into that situation, and you never know who you might be helping by being that leader, that one person saying, wait a second, my mama told me better than that. I'm not gonna do that. So trust me, you're gonna be in a situation like that. You're gonna thank me for warning you in advance, and I'm gonna be like, no problem, sunshine. But there may be a situation or a time where you're gonna need to be that leader who saves the day or stands up for whatever is wrong. It could be somebody being bullying, it could be some type of peer pressure, it could be anything, but you want to be that person who, if you see something that's not right, be able to be like, nah, I'm good, I'm not with it, or that's not my style. It's okay to stand up for yourself. You're not whack for it. You can still be cool. Speaking of cool, I keep pointing at you guys. Speaking of cool, don't be too cool for activities, clubs, and events. Like, you don't know what you might be missing out on being that person, like, that looks whack, I'm not interested. You never know. You might find a hidden talent, a hidden hobby, a hidden friend. Like, you never know what's out there. If you're hidden in your room forever, or you're just sticking with like your usual things, you don't know what's out there. You might have a hidden passion for something, or you might meet some really cool people, or make some really awesome friends, or just discover something new about yourself by like joining events or joining clubs or doing different things. Trust me. The next tip, make friends with the smart people in your class. Wait a second. I'm not telling you to use them. I'm not telling you to copy off their tests. I'm not telling you to cheat and look over at what they're, nope. I'm just saying you need at least one friend in every class, right? Right. Make sure that one friend is at least smart, especially if it's in a class you know you're not going to do well in, because you never know when they might really can help you. They might have these awesome notes that you could just copy whenever you need to, or you might be struggling and they can help you out way better than the professor or teacher ever could. Trust me, I was taking I think geometry, and I wasn't doing too good in it. Like, it was kind of hard at one point for me, and I had a friend and she was really good at math, and I remember her literally sitting there, and I used to go to tutoring every day and not understand anything, and she was like, Nakia, you know, it's like this. And she is teaching me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it like that. Trust me, these smart friends come in handy. The next tip, which I think is important also, like to make friends, learn conversation starters. It's not as hard as you think it is to make friends. Let me tell you some of my favorites. Oh, that outfit is so cute. Where did you get it from? I love your eyebrows. They're so eyebrows on fleek. Or, I mean, I'm sounding fake right now because there's nobody here. Or, cool, I love your book bag. Compliment somebody. That's what I learned when I was working at Macy's. They will always tell us like a good conversation starter is either like to compliment somebody or to find something on them and to make a conversation with. Like, okay, let's say somebody has like a t-shirt and it has like Ernie from Sesame Street, and you're like, cool t-shirt, oh my gosh, it reminds me of my childhood. And you guys start talking about your childhood, you find out you have so much in common. Next thing you know, BFF for life. Or I'm trying to think of some more conversation starters, like compliments, just ask questions, make fun of teachers. That's terrible to say, make fun of teachers, but it works. Like, that teacher was so boring, right? Next thing you know, you're best friends. That was terrible to say. You don't have to make fun of teachers. Like, just find something, or make a joke in class. If you're a funny person, that's where you shine. But if all else fails and you need to know how to make friends, take out a stick of gum. No, just have some gum. Trust me, the friends will come. The friends will come if they see the gum. So yeah, that's it for my 10 random tips slash life hacks. Where I get this accent from. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. It's not really embarrassing, but whatever. Anyways, guys, that's it for my 10 life hacks slash random tips for back to school, high school and college. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I helped you guys out. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to add me on Instagram, and don't forget to add me on Instagram and Twitter, and I love you guys so much. Bye guys.